Peter.
Thanks.
Well, just last week, the FCC adopted new rules that could change the way you surf the internet. But many members of Congress say they'll work to block what some are calling a power grab. Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn has concerns. She joins us now live from Nashville. Congresswoman, great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
All right, tell me what your concerns are about this latest vote by the FCC putting together regulations that'll be the first time they step into the internet.
Right, and Shannon, that's one of the important points. This is the first time. The internet has not had FCC regulation. And you know, quite frankly, most people will tell you it's not broken. This is not a problem. Having the internet service providers, the ISPs, manage these networks has been very workable. It has been a format and a template and a business approach that has allowed a lot of innovation to take place on the internet. And now, after the internet service providers have spent billions of dollars, over $30 billion, buying spectrum from the federal government, spent over $60 billion per year building and maintaining these networks, now the FCC and the federal government is saying, hey, guess what? We want to step in here and we're going to pass rules that will tell you, internet service providers, how you're going to manage your networks. And what we are saying is no. Number one, it is an overreach of FCC authority. And number two, it is not an area that needs any type of federal regulation. So we do have some approaches to deal with this.
Well, and I think the interesting thing is, as this story has bubbled up, it's brought something to light that the average American probably doesn't know about, the Congressional Review Act, which actually gives you a pathway for possibly getting rid of this regulation before it ever goes into effect. Explain that.
Yes, what we're going to do is to begin immediately under the Congressional Review Act to pull that authority back, to look at whether or not they have any kind of authority. And then secondly, after we have gone through the resolution of disapproval via the Congressional Review Act, we're going to move in, and my legislation, which has been H.R. 3924, expressly blocks the FCC from implementing net neutrality rules and pulls that issue back to Congress. We do think that this is an overstep of their authority. It basically would be the old fairness doctrine for radio and TV. It would be the fairness doctrine for the internet. It is an overreach of their authority, and we do intend to pull it back under congressional review first and then under legislation, explicit legislation secondly.
All right, while we have you, Congresswoman, we also want to ask you about health care. It's no secret that the GOP, one of its top priorities and plans is to get rid of the new health care law. So does the House go for an outright repeal? Do you try to defund it piece by piece? What do you think will be your most successful option?
Well, everything we're going to do, defunding, bringing things forward under review, and then repeal. And that is what we're going to do with health care. There is going to be a push for an outright repeal. And Shannon, I have to tell you, regardless of where I go in the country and whether someone's a Democrat or Republican and independent, they're saying, let me tell you something, this bill is not workable. It is too expensive. Our states are telling us they cannot afford it. They want to see this off the books, and they want to see an approach that is going to bring real reform, reduce the cost of insurance, and allow greater access for more individuals to affordable health care.
All right, Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn, we will see you Wednesday when you guys are back in business just down the street.
Thank you so much.
See you then,
Shannon. Happy New Year.